What's going on, everybody? It's you, it's me, it's us. We're back for another weekly live stream over here on 77 MTG channel of awesome, cool goodness and fun things that we do over here on this channel. We are going to be going over some Final Fantasy spoilers from the last week before we get into some awesome standard brews on the Mythic ladder. There's been some pretty sweet stuff spoiled this week. Not nearly as big of a dump as last week. So last week we were like an hour and a half just doing Final Fantasy spoilers. I don't think it's going to take us nearly that long this time. A couple of quick things before we get into it. I am trying a few new things out this stream. So if there are any technical difficulties or anything like that, hopefully there won't be, but I am currently cross-streaming to Twitch as well, so if you prefer that platform, I am over there at twitch.tv/7 and yeah, so we're going to be trying that out, and also trying out a few new widgets and things like that. And I don't know if there'll actually be a need for them or not, but I've added a few cool new things to the stream. So anyway, you guys are awesome, and I'm excited to have you here. So let's go ahead and get into these spoilers. All right. So first thing we got up on the list is Summon GF Ifrit. It's a 3-mana, 3/2 enchantment creature, Saga Demon. The first two lore Saga counter things is you may discard a card if you do draw a card. So not terrible. It's a 3-mana 3/2 that lets you discard and draw. The discarding first then drawing is always a little rough, but I mean that's pretty typical of red looting effects. So not terrible. It's interesting that it's a demon, because that can kind of play well with the room that everybody is so fond of, the black room. And then it ramps you the third and fourth turn it's into play. Now I don't know how good that is, because by the time you get to the third and fourth turn, do you really, how badly do we really need that red mana? But it's an okay common. It's a cool thing. It's cool to see kind of like almost like pushed commons like this that do so many interesting things. So we then have, I'm sure I'm gonna butcher this name, Kikirn Merchant. What's up, Obsidian? You want to ramp into Summon Bahamut? And yeah, there is a decent amount of ramp for sure. Definitely a decent amount of ramp. So Kieran Merchant, this is a 3-mana 1/4 that we can pay 1, tap, draw, and discard, and then we can sacrifice this creature for 7 mana and tap to draw 3, but the ability costs 1 less to activate for each town you control. So if you happen to be playing a lot of towns in your deck, you can activate that for a pretty small amount of mana. So I don't know. Let's see if that's any good or not, but then we have these things. These are just like the common tapped lands, but they're towns, so it's relevant for town synergies. So we've got the red-green one, we've got a blue-green one, a red-blue, a green-black, and I want to say there's another one somewhere down here. Moving on to some more interesting cards, we've got Clash of the Icons. This is a 1-mana, choose one or more. So this is kind of interesting. You get to fight a creature an opponent controls, and then you can remove a lore counter from target saga you control and put a lore counter on target saga you control. So for 1 mana, if you've got some, like, even honestly, if you just have like 1 or 2 of the summon lore creatures on the battlefield, you can manipulate their lore counters and get some extra bonuses. This feels like a really strong 1 mana spell with all the creatures printed in this set. So it's really gonna matter whether or not any of those enchantment creature see play or not. So we're gonna have to see. But it's a really, really cool, and the fact that you can choose all 3 is very interesting to me. I think that's really powerful, possibly. So yeah, the 1 or more is crazy. Like, it's you like if it was just choose 1, I'd be like, that's all right. But the fact that you can literally, like, so let's say you have 1 lore creature on the battlefield, you can have it fight something, then remove a counter and add a counter to get the both effects, right? Like, is that how it works? Like, I wonder how it works. Like, if you remove a lore counter, do you go back and get that previous lore ability or not? Or does it just take the lore counter off so that you can re-get it? I'll have to see how that works. Either way, it's pretty cool. So we've got Garnet, Princess of Alexandria, a 2 mana Selesnya legendary human noble cleric, 2/2 with lifelink. Yeah, I think it works that way too, but I'm not sure, so we'll have to see. It's never been done prior to now, I don't think. So I think this is the first time we've had the opportunity to remove lore counters from things. I know there are some cards that can do it, but I don't know that it has been done really. 2/2 with lifelink. Whenever Garnet attacks, you may remove a lore counter from each of any number of sagas you control. Put a +1/+1 counter on Garnet for each lore counter removed this way. Hmm. This is a really sweet card. If you can follow this up with a 3 or 4 mana lore creature, you can basically rebuy that first lore ability on the following turn. It's pretty cool. We got Lock Cole, a 3 mana 2/3 Death Touch lifelink. Whenever Lock Cole deals combat damage to a player, draw a card, then discard a card. I think it's pretty sweet. It's got something your opponent doesn't want to block it, so it's likely that it gets through. 3 mana 2/3s with Death Touch aren't awful, but I mean it's definitely not an unstoppable slasher or anything like that. But it has lifelink, so that's relevant. Pretty sweet card. And we've got Lionheart, a 4 mana equipment. When this equipment enters, it deals 2 damage to any target. Equipped creature gets +2/+1 and equipped 2. Meh. Adeline, Resplendent Cathar, so that's not in standard. Snow Villiers, 2 and a white for a *3 vigilant. Its power is equal to the number of creatures you control. Yeah, you think? I think so. I think that's correct too. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So it wouldn't re-trigger the previous effect, but it would allow you to buy back the effect it's going to get on your next turn. So that's pretty sweet. Uh, so this is basically just a 3 mana vigilant thing that gets bigger as you play more creatures. Pretty sweet. Ether, a 4 mana artifact with exile this artifact, add blue. When you next cast an instant or sorcery this turn, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. I feel like that's not that great. And it feels really bad, honestly. Like cursed recording is way better than this, even though it doesn't ramp you. Yeah, that's what I was just saying. This I read this earlier. It's an 8/8 for 7 Simic. When this enters, for each opponent, tap a non-land permanent that player controls. Put X stun counters on those creatures, and you gain X life, where X is the number of non-basic lands you control. I'm so sorry. I'm yawning a lot tonight. This is a pretty sweet 7-drop, I think. I like it. I think it's pretty cool. I like stunning things and gaining life and doing all that, and it rewards you for non-basics, which Simic would probably play a lot of those, right? We've got Slash of Light. It's 2 mana instant, deals damage equal to the number of creatures you control plus the number of equipment you control. That's pretty sweet for all of the job select decks. Every job select equipment makes 2 things, so pretty sweet ability. We got Crystal Fragments, a 1 mana equipment for equip 1. Equipped creature gets +1/+1, but then you can pay 7 to exile it, and it becomes this, a 4/3 flyer with prevent all damage that would be dealt to creatures you control this turn. So that happens for each of your turns. Basically, it makes all your stuff able to attack without dying. And then the third lore counter taps all creatures your opponent controls. I mean, that's not terrible if you're caring about cheap equipments and being able to have cheap equipment to play in your deck. It's a pretty solid mana sink for the late game. So we got Mage Tech Armor, a 4 mana 4/4 vehicle. When this creature enters, create a 1/1 colorless hero creature token and has crew 1. Meh. Edgar, King of Figaro, 6 mana, 4/5. When Edgar enters, draw a card for each artifact you control. That seems really good. And like an artifact control list, because there's a good amount of like control based artifact support with like the gear hulks and some of the removal that's artifact based and things like that. So this can draw you a lot of cards, and I don't know how relevant the flipping part's going to be in standard. This feels very much like a commander card, because I don't think there's any coin flipping in standard right now. But if there is coin flipping in the future, this guy's your man. He's going to help you win them all. Vaughn, Aspiring Skypire, is a Captain Lannery Storm reprint. Torgal, a fine hound. I like this card a lot. I wish so much that this triggered off elves. I just made a Voja Elves deck, if you have not seen that yet. And this would make me so happy if this was an elf and not a human card, because then we would have another sweet wolf to play to draw some extra cards with Voja, but it's humans. I still think it's really cool. It's a 2 mana 2/2, and then whenever you cast your first human creature spell each turn, it enters with an additional +1/+1 counter for each dog and or wolf you control. So you can kind of play like a semi like dog human tribal thing, and then it taps for mana of any color. It's pretty sweet. I think it's a fun card. It's probably not going to see a ton of play, but I like it. Balamb T-Rexasaur. Whoa, Black Betty, Bam Balam, right? It's the new Dreadmaw. It's Dreadmaw with 4 cycling and life gain. They found a way to make a new Dreadmaw even in the Final Fantasy set. Good job, Wizards. Summon Titan, 5 mana for a 7/7 reach trample. We had a debate in the the MTG Arena Discord the other day about how big a 5 mana creature would have, or no, I think it was a 3 mana creature. How big a 3 mana creature would have to be to just care about vanilla stats. And I want to say it was a 7/7 with trample for it to, or just a 7/7 for a 3 mana creature to be good enough. 5 mana 7/7's decent stats with reach and trample. It mills 5 cards when it enters, which can be relevant if you're playing a card that cares about what's in the graveyard, right? And then it returns, so it's like Lumra, Bellow of the Woods, but bigger. Well, it wouldn't be bigger when you got the lands back. So Lumra grows with your lands, but I'm sorry, I'm tired, so I'm just talking in circles right now. It does what Lumra does, but it stays a 7/7. And then the third lore counter is another creature you control gains trample and gets +X/+X, where X is the number of lands you control. So it turns another creature into Lumra, but with trample. So it's a pretty sweet card. Like, if you have a way to actually take advantage of the mill and it can stick around for a turn to get everything back, or you can proliferate or add some lore counters with other effects, like that 1 mana spell we saw earlier, it's a pretty sweet card. So Clive is Vile Smasher the Fierce. So it's not standard, I don't believe. Gaius Van Baelsar, a 4 mana 3/2. When it enters, choose one. Each player sacrifices a creature token of their choice. Each player sacrifices a non-token creature of their choice. Each player sacrifices an enchantment of their choice. This is kind of interesting. 4 mana for a 3/2 is pretty bad. But if you look at the flesh bag like type effects that you get from like this creature enters, each player sacrifices a thing. This is kind of neat because it makes it asymmetrical some of the time. So unlike something like Fleshbag Marauder or any of the other creatures that do a similar thing, you don't have to sacrifice him. You can make each player sacrifice a token. If you don't have a token and they do, then it's an asymmetrical sacrifice effect. Same thing with the enchantment. If your opponent has an enchantment and you don't, it's asymmetrical. So that's a pretty cool card, I think. I don't know if it'll see play, but it's very cool. Moving on, we've got the Crystal. Why can't I think of words right now? Cycle. The cycle of crystals. There we go. The water crystal. These are actually pretty cool. I don't think they're going to see play, but they're going to be really fun to build around. And I will definitely be building a deck around each of these or multiples of them. Who knows? We'll have to see. But the Water Crystal is a 4 mana legendary artifact. Blue spells cost one less. If an opponent would mill one or more cards, they mill that many plus four instead. This is really, really good with the Fountain River Churn Monument. So very, very sweet card there. Yeah, I don't think they're good enough to be competitive by any stretch. I mean, the blue one could be. The blue one could be because we saw at a recent regional championship a blue-white control list featuring uh the Simic Siege that lets you mill every time you cast. I could see a copy or two of this in that deck. It does reduce the cost of blue spells, so it makes your 3 steps aheads and your Meringue River Regents and things like that cost less. So maybe there's a small chance that like a couple copies of this slip into a blue-white control list alongside the Siege and things like that. I don't know, maybe. And then the honestly, the activated ability feels kind of weak for 6 mana. They mill cards equal to the number of cards in your hand. So let's say you have like 2 or 3 cards, they mill 7. That's a lot of mana for 7 mil, right? Or like on average, you're probably gonna have 4 or 5 cards in hand. So maybe you're looking at like 9 mil. I don't know. I think it's a cool card. I don't know if it'll see play. Joshua Phoenix's Dominant, on the other hand, I think is really, really sweet. It's a 3 mana 3/4. When it enters, discard up to 2 cards and draw that many cards. So it's basically Tears of Light Shatter. Uh, but it's a 3/4. It doesn't have haste. So, but it's got a little bit better body, right? So it's not going to die to Nowhere to Run. It's not going to die to any of the -3, or the Lightning Strikes or any of that stuff. So it survives a little bit more removal. And then it has a pretty relevant side. So you can later on you can pay 5 mana to exile it and return it to the battlefield transformed. And when he enters, he's a 4/4 flying lifelink, and it deals 2 damage to each opponent. So you gain 2 life because it's dealing the damage, and the creature has lifelink. It does that 2 turns in a row, and if it survives to a 3rd turn, you get to return any number of creature cards with total mana value 6 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, and then flip him back and discard and draw again. Very, very sweet card. It's a great mana sink late in the game. If he sticks around and you just don't happen to have anything super relevant to do. Yeah, you're right. It can grab you sagas. You're absolutely right. I think he's really cool. I think he's really cool. I think Joshua will absolutely see some play. We've got the Fire Crystal. Red spells cost 1 less to cast. Creatures you control have haste. Now, this is the one I think has the highest chance to see play. The reason being is I'm always looking for haste enabling cards, right? You have the Teamer Siege that does it, but it's an enchantment. And right now, enchantment removal is really common, even though you would think artifact removal would be super common with Quarry Steel going around. But it seems like enchantment removal is just more accessible to more colors. Um, so this is a little bit harder to remove, in my opinion, and it reduces the cost. So you play this, and then the following turn, you can play Trumpeting Carnosaur and it has haste, and then if you get something else off it, that has haste. And then later in the game, you can pay 6 mana to create token copies of things you control. I think it's pretty solid. I think this could definitely see play in like a Gruul or Rakdos like mid-range list with big top end creatures. So we've got the Earth Crystal. This, in my opinion, is probably one of the worst ones. 4 mana, green spells you can cast cost 1 less to cast. If 1 or more counters would be put on a creature you control, put twice that many instead. It's not a terrible effect, but it's not doing anything crazy. What's up, Gobbler? I'm doing great. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining, buddy. So I just don't think like Ozolith is such a better card, in my opinion. It does so much more, so much faster. I don't think that it's worth it in the decks that care about it to play a card like this. We have the Wind Crystal, a 4 mana legendary artifact. White spells you cast cost 1 less to cost. White spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. That's quite a tongue twister, isn't it? If you would gain that much life, you gain twice that much life instead. This isn't terrible. The fact that you can give your creatures flying and lifelink till on a turn for 6 mana is also not terrible. I don't know what deck would want this though. It's a really neat effect, and I think it's one of the better ones. I'd say that this one and the red one have the highest potential to see play, but I don't know what deck wants this, so we'll see. We've got a bunch of non-standard cards. If you're interested in these things, they are here, but we're not going to go over those. A tier and pre-win. Now, this is an interesting one. 6 mana for a legendary equipment. Equipped creature has base power and toughness XX, where X is your life total with equip 5. If you can cheat this into play with like Gilgamesh or something and slap it onto Gilgamesh, I mean, that basically turns Gilgamesh into something huge. It's pretty cool. I don't think it'll see play, but it's a neat equipment. Moving on, we've got Ambrosia Whiteheart, which is basically just going to help further increase the amount of Orzhov Pixie we're seeing. It's a very solid card for Pixie. The landfall's nice, just because it helps grow it later. And yeah, more Pixie. Hooray! Yeah, right. The 11 for it over 2 turns. I don't blame you. Dwarven Castle Guard. The I love this art so much. 2 mana, 2/1. When this creature dies, create a 1/1 colorless hero creature token. I love anything that makes tokens when it dies and enables cool aristocrat stuff to happen. So I am all game. Genova, Ancient Calamity. Now this card's got me really excited. I love this card. Yeah, right. I'm really excited about this. This card reminds me a lot of Halana Elena Partners. It's basically the same ability, kind of, except she's smaller. But she doesn't die to cut down. That's pretty relevant, right? You play both of these, but play Halana Elena and Genova in the same. They give each other counters and they do cool stuff. I see it. It's gonna happen. She's a 1/5 alien for 4 mana. I know I can't play her in Joda Humans, but I wasn't thinking about that. I was just thinking about playing them in like a Jund counters list or something. But what's cool is somebody mentioned Rock Cursed Rock Sasha with this. Is pretty hilarious. You play this with a Cursed Rock Sasha on the field, it puts a counter on the Rock Sasha, turns it into a mutant, you attack with it for 6, and then you draw 6 cards when it decays, which is pretty hilarious. So, what's up, Lucas? I am doing great. How are you doing? You excited for Final Fantasy? I'm excited for Final Fantasy. I got a lot of cool video ideas coming up over the next couple of weeks. We're going to be doing a little bit less standard videos and a little bit more interesting videos. I've got a deck roulette coming up that I'm going to be working on. That will be standard, but it'll be, you know, standard deck built by a roulette wheel, so it'll be fun. I'm planning on making a now you're going to take a shower. Thanks. I appreciate you joining long enough to say hi though. Yeah, so I got lots of cool stuff coming up. Planning on doing like a new player deck building video. I did one a while ago, but I'm planning on kind of rehashing it with Final Fantasy for people just joining, because Final Fantasy is going to bring a ton of new people to the game. So I want to have something out there for people who are trying to learn how to build decks and just come into MTG Arena. That'll be fun. Anyway, moving on. From Father to Son, 2 mana for a sorcery. Search your library for a vehicle card. Put it into your hand. If the spell is cast from your graveyard, put it onto the battlefield instead. Then shuffle. This is kind of interesting. There aren't any vehicles I can think of that you're like dying to get out of your deck. But the fact that you get to put it right into your hand, it's a cool tutor, right? And you can go get something like the Valor's flagship or something, and then cycle that to make a bunch of pilots or something. Maybe like a push the limit deck where you play all the cycling vehicles, so you can like search for a cycler and then cycle and draw and kind of replace it to make sure you're getting enough in your graveyard for push to the limit. I don't know. We'll have to see. It's a neat card. Blitzball shot. I love Blitzball. I don't care what anyone says. If you played Final Fantasy X and you did not spend an absurd amount of hours playing Blitzball so that you could get Wakka's ultimate weapon, then you don't have a right to hate Blitzball. That's a little harsh. If you hate Blitzball, that's okay. But I thought it was fun, and I've spent way too many hours playing that stupid mini game in Final Fantasy X to get Wakka's ultimate weapon. This is +3/+3 trample till end of turn. Not terrible. Nothing crazy though. I don't understand it. Everybody hates it. Like everyone I talk to is like, I hated the Blitzball. I hated it. And I'm like, why? Oh man, the lightning dodging. Don't even get me started on the lightning dodging. I'm considering actually playing through Final Fantasy X on the channel during the tenure of Final Fantasy just for fun, and maybe even 13, because those are my two favorite games. Um, don't even get me started on the stupid lightning. Like, holy crap, the lightning. I played that game when it first came out on the PS2, and I was probably 12 or 13 years old. Where's the cool stuff? Why am I playing volleyball? 10 was really good, man. You had to give it a chance. It seems a little lame at first for sure, but it's man, the character building and the story is just crazy. I don't want to spoil anything, but I mean, I haven't had a game throw me for a loop like 10 did. I don't think any game's story has ever thrown me for such a loop and made me so emotional as that game's story did. I would give anything for them to make a movie out of that game. Um, do you have a good lightning dodging trick? Because I just got good at it. I still remember sitting in front of my old CRT TV playing that game, my mom being completely confused why I was yelling at the TV and trying to dodge those damn lightning bolts for hours at a time until I finally got it. I have full completed Final Fantasy X. I can at least say that. It's the only game I think I've ever put that much effort into. Hey, that's not a terrible idea. That's not a terrible idea, actually. I wish I'd thought of that when I was a kid. You know, honestly, though, like, other than that one, Titus's was the most annoying to me. I don't know if I'm just really bad at chocobo racing, but boy, that was the most, other than Lulu's, that was the most rage inducing. Because Lulu's, once I got the hang of it, it was just really time consuming. Yeah, they're so bad. They're so hard to control, and it's so difficult to get that perfect time. Oh my gosh, boy, talk about rage inducing. The amount of times I was one balloon short on that one. Okay. All right, I'm sorry. I'm on a side quest now talking about Final Fantasy and people are leaving. Side quest, play Blitzball. It's a 3 mana flip enchantment that says at the beginning of combat on your turn, target creature you control gets +2/+0. At the end of combat on your turn, if a player was dealt 6 or more combat damage this turn, transform this and attach it to a creature. It attaches itself and gives a creature +2/+0 and double strike. That's pretty sweet. I hope we see these celestial weapons for everybody. That would be really neat. Like, if they're gonna make one, they need to make all of them, right? But I mean, that's a lot of celestial weapons for one card set. Um, so I don't think we'll get all the Final Fantasy X celestial weapons. That's probably asking too much. Wakka's is so good though. Um, I don't think the card's very good if I'm being honest. Like, it's not terrible. Yeah, yeah, Final Fantasy, yeah, I honestly I could never get into the 14. I tried it a few times, but just I don't know. I played WoW and I played Elder Scrolls Online, and 14 just felt too weird to me, like coming from playing those games. I don't think this card sees play though. It's okay. It's not terrible. I feel like if you're already dealing 6 combat damage to your opponent, you probably don't care about the equipment. Titus Blitzball Star. Now this one's pretty cool. This makes me want to play it in Zorius Artifact aggro. 3 mana 2/1. Whenever an artifact you control enters, put a counter on it, and whenever it attacks, tap a creature an opponent controls. That's a pretty sweet, simple ability. I like it. Aldebert Steiner, a 2 mana 2/1 with lifelink, and he gets +1/+1 for each equipment you control. This will make that 1 mana equipment viable because you don't have to have it equipped, and he comes in as a 2 mana 3/2 lifelinker. Pretty solid. We got Haste Magic. Target creature gets +3/+1, gains haste till end of turn. Exile top card of your library. You may play it until end of turn. Here you go, guys. More stuff to make your mouse annoying and awful. So yeah. We've got a few more non-standard cards. We have Lindblum, Industrial Regency, the cheapest of the adventure lands. 3 mana to make a 0/1 black wizard that deals 1 damage whenever you cast a non-creature, and then it enters tapped as a red. We have Queen Brane. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, so if I am, I'm sorry. But 3 mana 2/1 prowess. When Queen Brane attacks, create a 0/1 black wizard creature token that deals the damage whenever you cast a non-creature spell. This one's a little hard to evaluate to me. It's not as good as Squee, because Squee has haste, and Squee gets to make the token right away, right? But it does have prowess, and the tokens it makes are very good in a deck that plays a lot of stuff that cares about prowess. So maybe it's good. I think it's interesting. We'll have to see. I like that those 0/1 black wizard tokens are really interesting to me. I think that there's going to be a deck that can make a whole bunch of those tokens and just like drain your opponent to death. I think that'll be pretty cool. Especially because it says deals 1 damage, so you can also play this with like Osier Axonil, and all those little wizard tokens all of a sudden are dealing 4 damage a piece. That's pretty sweet. So keep your eyes out for me to brew that. We have Coral Sword, a 1 mana flash equipment. When it enters, attach it to a creature, and that creature gains first strike till end of turn, +1/+0, and equip 1. Not bad. Poison the Waters. I actually really like this card a lot. Choose 1. All creatures get -1/-1 till end of turn, or target player reveals their hand, and you may choose an artifact or creature, and they discard it. So in a situation where you don't need the -1/-1, you can snatch something out of their hand. And in a situation where you desperately need to stop your opponent from murdering you with mice, you can -1/-1 the mice, hopefully, maybe before they get big enough to kill you. Doubtful. I don't know if the card will see play, but I like it. It's cool. Syncopate. We get a reprint of Syncopate. Syncopate's a really good card for control. I hate Syncopate, but I'll probably play it in whatever control decks I play because it's really good. Iceplan. This is the island cycler of the set. 6 mana 5/4. When it enters, tap target artifact or creature an opponent controls. Put a stun counter on it. It's not the worst. And you can cycle it to get an island. You are not alone. Instant. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. If you control 3 or more creatures, it gets +4/+4 instead. That's a pretty solid buff for 1 mana. I actually have to say that might see play in like an Azorius or Selesnya or some kind of aggro list. Not terrible at all. It's not. No, Syncopate's not in standard currently. It would definitely be seeing play if it was in standard. Uh, I mean, I could be wrong. Let me double check. I don't think it is. No, it was last printed in Crimson Vow, so it's not legal currently. It was. It was. What's up, Nicholas? Welcome to the stream. How are you? So it was. It was legal not too long ago, like a year ago, but not anymore. Now this card really has me excited. Kina Ku Gourmet. I'm sure I'm butchering that name too. But here it is. It's a 2/3 for 3 mana. If 1 or more tokens would be created under your control, create those tokens plus a 1/1 green frog creature token are created instead. You can pay 2 mana to sacrifice a frog and put a counter on Kina. I know there's got to be a way to bust this in standard somehow. I haven't figured it out yet. I really thought that Scavenger's talent was the answer until I realized that Scavenger Talent only lets you do it once a turn. We have tons of good sack outlets. We just need to find a way. What's the most busted card of the set? I honestly don't know yet. Uh, if I had to, if I had to pick one that's been spoiled so far, man, I don't even know, to be honest. The set, I'm not gonna lie, the set doesn't. Starter Town's really good. Yeah, that's true. But that's just a land. Like if I'm thinking non-lands, I don't really know. Like this, as much as I want it to be, the set is not super powerful. I would probably say Yuna is very powerful in my opinion. Sephiroth is very strong if we can find the right shell for it. Um the aristocrats creature, the 3 mana one, is very strong. And I think this guy will be really crazy if we can find a way to break it. We just need to find a way to Tifa. Tifa's really good too because there's the turn 3 kill with her. So if she sticks around for any length of time and you can just get a couple landfall triggers, she already has trample. I think that's pretty nuts, right? Tifa's really good. And welcome, Matt. Welcome to the stream. We got Poo Poo UFO, 2 mana for a 0/4 flying. Tap, you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. Pay 3 until end of turn. This creature's base power becomes equal to the number of towns you control. Kind of an interesting card. It's a nice flying blocker for 2 mana. And the fact that you can kind of sort of pseudo ramp. There's worse things in the world. Reno and Rude. I actually really like this card a lot. It's a 2 mana 2/1 menace. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, exile the top card of that player's library. You may sacrifice another creature or artifact. If you do, you may play the exiled card this turn, and mana of any type may be spent to cast it. So the turn that you attack with this would be turn 3, and it has menace. So it's pretty likely that they don't have enough blockers to block it, right? Or that you have a removal spell and can make it able to get through. And then you can sacrifice any number of things. This would go great into mere mid-range, where you're playing the sirens that make artifact tokens and things like that. Or you could play it in decks that have the 1 mana white artifact with max speed that makes a token when it dies, or any of the other 1 mana creatures that make a token when they die, like Harried Spear Guard, things like that. Very interesting. I like it a lot. I think it's actually a pretty solid card, and I'm sure there's got to be something that can make use of it. Buster Sword, 3 mana for a 2 equipment. Equipped creature gets +3/+2 whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player. Draw a card, and then you may cast a spell from your hand with mana value less than or equal to that damage without paying its mana cost. So you equip this to turn 3 is a turn when plenty of decks are choosing to surveil with their tap land because so much stuff costs 2. So you can also screw with their surveil. Yeah, very true. Very true. I love messing with what people think they have on top of their deck. I always think that's fun. Buster Sword's all right. It's definitely possible this sees play because the free casting can be very good if you slap it onto something that has good evasion. So I don't know if this sees play, but I feel like it has a lot of potential in an equipment deck. So we'll have to see. Some more non-standard stuff, and then we have Nibelheim Aflame. This one I really like too, actually. So 4 mana for a sorcery. Choose target creature you control. Deals damage equal to its power to each other creature you control. Or each other creature. If the spell was cast from a graveyard, discard your hand and draw 4 cards. That's pretty sweet for 7 mana. Like if you have it, I mean, yeah, you have to have a creature around, but it's a pretty sweet board wipe. I like it. We have Saz Katzroy. 4 mana for a 3/3 human pilot. When it enters, you may search your library for a bird or basic land, reveal it, and put it into your hand and shuffle. Whenever Saz Katzroy attacks, put a counter on target creature, then double the number of counters on it. Not terrible. Definitely could be fun in the bird deck, maybe. We'll have to see. Summon Anima, 6 mana for a 4/4 with menace, with the first 3 lore being draw a card, lose life. And then the fourth lore being each opponent sacrifices a creature of their choice and loses 3 life. I don't think this sees play. It's pretty bad. 6 mana is just way too much. We have Sarah Farron. This card has me really excited for Joda Humans. This is like Joda Humans' best friend. It is a 3 mana 2/2. Here, let's go ahead and just click here. It's a 3 mana 2/2. The first legendary creature spell you cast each turn costs 2 less to cast. So if she sticks around for a turn, she lets you cast big legendary creatures for less. And then at the beginning of combat on your turn, if you control 2 or more other legendary creatures, you may transform Sarah, which is not hard in Joda Humans because everything's legendary. You just make sure you're playing 1 and 2 drop legendaries and 4 drop legendaries, and you just keep doing your thing. The beautiful thing about Joda Humans is everything you play needs to be killed, right? So they're going to run out of removal eventually. So eventually she's going to stick around, reduce the cost of something for you, and then transform into a legendary artifact that has the same first legendary cost 2 less, but then it gives all your legendary creatures +2/+2. So it's like mini Joda. I love this card. I love this card. This card's gonna make me so happy. Not to mention that I love her character in the game too. Like, very, very awesome character. Final Fantasy 13 was a really fun game. Some more non-standard stuff, and then Summon Knights of Round. This is a sweet one. It's a really cool reanimation target. Like, it's 8 mana, so I mean, casting this is probably not the best, but even if you cast this for 8 mana in a ramp deck, you're getting a 3/3 indestructible and 3 2/2 white knight creature tokens when it enters. So it's indestructible, and you're getting a total of 9/9 stats split across 4 bodies for 8 mana. And then it does that for 4 turns. For 4 turns, it just makes 3 knights every turn. You reanimate this with abuelos, like, it doesn't even matter because if it's a 1/1, because it's indestructible. So abuelos makes this a 1/1 indestructible, but it makes 3 2/2. I know this is not better than Omniscience, right? Like, Omni combo is way better. But this is a really fun reanimation target. I like it. I think it's cool. I'm gonna build something around it. We have Summon Primal Garuda, 4 mana for a 3/3 flyer. This creature deals 4 damage to target tapped creature and opponent controls. That's actually not terrible. For an uncommon, it's a 4 mana 3/3 that has a decent burn spell on it. And then another target creature you control gets +1/+1 and flying until end of turn. I think this is actually not terrible. Like, it's not like incredible or anything, but it could be a lot worse. Like, that's actually pretty sweet. We have Instant Ramen, which can be cast with Flash. Haha! Very funny. Very, very funny, wizards. 2 mana for a Flash artifact food. When it enters, draw a card, then you can sack it to gain 3 life. Not terrible. We have a Joda the Unifier reprint here with Warrior of Light. That's fun. I want to say yeah, so this is the last card I haven't gone over. Machinist Arsenal. No, wait, I did. +2/+2 for each artifact. Okay, yeah, so that's it. That's all the Final Fantasy spoilers for this week. What cards are you excited about? I think there's some pretty sweet ones this week, honestly. I think there's some really cool reanimation targets. I think there's some really sweet card designs. I like Lock and Coal and Garnet a lot. I think this 1 mana, where'd it go? I don't know where it went. The 1 mana, this one, Clash of the Icons, is pretty sweet. A very interesting card design there. The crystals look really fun to build around. I think Edgar is a really fun card in like a artifact control list, but there's no coin flipping, so I don't know. I'm excited. I think this is a really cool looking set. I don't think it's gonna like change standard too much. I don't think we're gonna see anything like Corey Steele come out of this set. But it's a very cool set, and I really, really like sets like this that just provide a lot of really high power, mid-rangey kind of stuff that just gives me some fun things to build around. So I'm really excited to build around all these new cards. And I can't wait till next week when we get we should be pretty close to the end of spoilers by next week, so give me just a few seconds here. We'll get switched over to some arena. Please make sure you take a quick moment to hit that like button if you haven't already. It's incredibly helpful and awesome of you. It gets me out into that YouTube algorithm, tells YouTube that I'm doing a good job and that you guys are having a good time. If you're not having a good time, well, then I'm sorry. Truly, from the bottom of my heart. Let's fix that by playing some standard. I have a whole bunch of cool new brews for you guys this week. So let's take a look. I got a couple combo decks for you guys tonight. A couple of like a control deck or two, a dragon deck I want to try out, all kinds of fun stuff. So the first deck we're going to play, I'm calling Free Real Estate, and it is a rehash of the old Nissa Land World Soul Rage deck. I realized in an amusing turn of events that Songcrafter Mage can give World Soul Rage Harmonize. And if we have a Lumra, Bellow of the Woods, on the battlefield, Lumra can pay for like 12 to 13 mana of it by itself just by tapping it. And if we have a Virtue of Strength on the battlefield, it can get pretty nutty. So it's not a super hyper competitive deck, but man, is it fun. So we're going to try this out first. The next deck I want to show you guys that we're going to play is basically a Sipsig Ceremony deck, where I found that playing Geralt the Fleshwright in it is very cool, because it makes all the zombies we get from Sipsig Ceremony even bigger, because every time a zombie enters, it gets counters on it for each zombie that we control. So we can win with a lot less time needed. We don't need to go through so much of our deck to win, which means there's a little bit less chance of us whiffing or running out of ammunition too. So, and it's better by itself too. Like if we don't have like the Spinner of Souls or whatever, like it's a pretty solid replacement for Spinner of Souls. So very cool deck, and we're gonna try that as well. So let's start off with Free Real Estate. And also, just so you guys are aware, not that I want you guys to leave here or anything like that, but I am going to start trying to cross stream on Twitch every week. So when I stream, I will be on YouTube and Twitch. So if you prefer Twitch over YouTube as far as watching streams goes, you can check me out over at twitchtv.com/717. And yeah, so we'll be there. But for now, let's get into some standard. It's Free Real Estate. All right, this looks good to me. Borrow something. Arabella, all right. Let's see if we can outrun Arabella. We have some pretty crazy turns we can do here. Some pretty crazy turns we can make here if this Nissa lives, so. Stadium Headliner. Shocking Sharpshooter. Well, he can't attack with the Arabella, so. Beautiful. Alright, so let's make a green. Sacrifice it. Let's go get another green. We'll make a red. draw an Analyst. We're gonna play Spelunking. Draw a card, put Evolving Wilds onto the battlefield. Make some more mana. Sack the Evolving Wilds. This is such a ridiculous turn. This is so good. This is so ridiculous. All right. Well, that was a pretty ridiculous turn. We did a lot of stuff that turn. A Nimpa Call. That is annoying. I really wish I could... He might attack with Arabella here. No, he'll just attack with the Stadium Headliner. This Fuel the Flames is frustrating because it's... Oh! Okay, well that helps. Or if we just do that. That works too. Alright. Green. I did this in the wrong order. That's okay though. I'm still getting used to the order of play to do these things. I thought I have one more mana than I did and that I could sack the Aftermath Analyst and play. Unfortunately, that was incorrect. Alright, so Forest, make a 4/4. And then we play Virtue of Strength, and then we sacrifice the Animist, landfall a bajillion times, and win. GG. That went well. All right. Well, that was a good first game. Deck did exactly what it's supposed to do. It's free real estate. Nightmare. I remember playing this person and thinking that they had a pretty cool way of spelling their name. All right. Opponent goes first. This is an okay hand. We'll keep. It's not crazy. I wish we had an Evolving Wilds or a Passage or something to get some lands in the graveyard, but... Mendicant? That's frustrating. Cycle this because this isn't going to kill anything on his board most likely. Another World Soul Rage. All right, well, let's try to play Spelunking, see what happens. It resolves. Nice. Draw a card. Songcrafter Mage. Well, that'll let me get rid of Mendicant eventually. Perilous Snare is annoying. Nissa Resurgent Animist, huh? I don't want to play this now, but I think I'm gonna just so I have something to block. Because I don't want him to get his speed up to 4 and be able to start copying things with Mendicant. My goodness. Okay, well, he still can't attack unless he has removal in hand. Really? Okay, well, I'm gonna block. Really? That really didn't feel like the right play. Draw a card and hopefully find a land so we can play this Dragonback Assault. Hey, it's a land. Alright. What are the odds we haven't found any way to get lands into the graveyard yet? 6 mana. Might Stone, Weak Stone. You got it. Opponent's going to draw 2 cards. Opponent plays Play-Fired Bricks. Gain some life, get some planes. Songcrafter Mage. Well, I guess we play this now so we can start making dragons every turn. We can World Soul Rage any creatures he plays. This is most likely Synthesizer. Yeah, oh, goodness. We've definitely got to start drawing some things that do stuff here soon. Because now he can just start... Okay, Mendicant we can get rid of. Come on, give me a Fabled Passage or something. Opponent stops on our upkeep. Wait, non-creature spells? Okay. Thankfully, he exiled our yard before we had anything relevant to get back. This'll help. 1, 2, 3 lands in the graveyard. Beautiful. Let's just go ahead and do that now. I'll take 3 dragon tokens. Thank you very much. Assimilation Ages, sure. It is annoying because that's a pretty big token he gets, but I'm not even worried about it at this point. You can't attack with Mendicant. Interesting. Okay, I can still block it. Okay, I get it. World Soul Rage. Very cool. Alright, let's get a forest. Make a 4/4. Make a 4/4. Make 2 more 4/4s. An Ickermoon? Oh, that's so funny that you mentioned that. I actually have an Esper Super Friends list. It's only playing 1 Ickermoon Gauntlet, but I do have an Esper Super Friends list that's playing that. Another Synthesizer, you got it. So I actually love Ickermoon Gauntlet a lot. And welcome to the stream, Phineas. All right, Obsidian, thank you so much, my friend, for joining. Hope you have a great rest of your night. At least you got to see some cool stuff here so far. We're doing cool things. We're about to smash this Synthesizer deck into oblivion, hopefully. I think I just take the 10 here because he's just dead to World Soul Rage. It's still in the works. I might play it on stream tonight, though. Opponent's gonna put some counters on things. Bro doesn't know he's already dead. Well, we have lethal just on board. We don't even have to World Soul Rage. What am I talking about? GG. This deck is fun. Very, very fun. All right, let's keep that up. Forsaken Vanguard the Mighty. All right. Opponent goes first. This is... all right. Temple of Deceit. Keep it on top. All right. Let's get a green. Dismal backwater for the opponent. Okay, we're drawing a lot of lands. Let's try to draw less lands. Thin the deck out some. Already got a couple in the yard for our land graveyard strategies. Founding of the Third Path. So is it Reanimator? Duress. That sucks. They take our Dragon back Assault. Hey, Spelunking's a good card though. We'll take it. Spelunking. Draw a card. Put a mountain down. All right, let's see what he mills. Let's see what he's doing. Yep, it's Reanimator. So if he just goes land Zombify here, we're screwed, pretty much. Wow. Wow, alright. You win, opponent. Especially because he can just Zombify the Atraxa again next turn. Oh, we're a little weak to the reanimation strategies. We're not really playing anything against them, to be honest. You see the Esper Super Friends list was my last best of 3 deck I played, though. The Abzan deck with Norn? Yeah, I really, really love that deck. Ichormoon is a fun card. I like this hand. I like it a lot. We'll keep it. Mountain. Alright, are we gonna be quick enough? It's Goblin. Ooh, Fuel the Flames is really good. I was already gonna go fetch a red with this, so... Yeah, I actually played a game the other day where I took infinite extra turns because I had 5 Planeswalkers on the battlefield with Ichormoon, and I was able to just proliferate and cast enough spells each turn. Alright. Aftermath Analyst. Mill. Good, 2 lands, nice. And the next turn we can Fuel the Flames. Renvelt Hordemaster. Oh, that's annoying because he's gonna get to basically draw all the creatures we kill. But then we have Ill-Timed Explosion after that, so... I think we're gonna do it on their turn. Do we have any blue sword? We've got the Fabled Passages. Sear Slicer Goblin, sure. Beautiful. They can only cast so many goblins a turn, so I guess these triggers aren't that bad. Land. Oh, they only got 1. Nice. All right. Spelunking. Can we draw a land? Nope. Shigeki. Oh, yeah, I miss Shigeki. I miss Shigeki so much. I need to play some more Historic. Draconautics in here, alright. How many lands do we have? 3? Mill. 2 more lands in the yard. Nice. Let's go ahead and buy back Lumra. And then next turn we can activate one of these analysts, get everything back, ill-timed explosion for a whole bunch. Owl Squad Heavy, yep. Burnout Bastronaut, yep. Thankfully, Goblins isn't as crazy as regular mono red. I mean, Goblins is a little more, like, has a little more reach, but it's definitely slower. So we're definitely gonna go ahead and kill this. And I guess we'll just block here. He can ping this analyst, but then we still have this one left over. That's fine. We're gonna lose the second analyst anyway. What? Why? Everything comes in untapped. We get a green. We get another blue. We get another blue. We do this again. I think we have a lot of lands, guys. Do you think we have a lot of lands? How are you feeling about how many lands we have? I think it's a lot. I think we have a lot of lands, guys. Franco, sure. Here, I can finally showcase that one cool thing we can do. See if they let us do the thing. So now we can cast Songcrafter Mage. Oh, come on. They didn't let me do it. So you cast Songcrafter Mage, and then you give the World Soul Rage. You give it the thing, and then you can tap Lumra for a free 17 to your X. Like what? Oh man, okay. We did the thing though. We won. All right, let us move on. Try something else. You know what, Phineas? Just for you, I'll play a couple games with the Esper Super Friends list. We'll try it in best of 1. I'm sure it's fine in best of 1. So this is the Esper Super Friends list I'm working on right now. It is very Super Frenzy. Some Go for the Throats for removal, temporary lockdowns. There's a single copy of Vicar Moon Gauntlet in here, and then just basically ways to keep the board clear and some token synergy with caretakers. Almost all of our planeswalkers make tokens of some kind and can draw some cards. It does have a sideboard. I've been playing it in best of 3. I have like a 60% win rate with it in best of 3, so it's pretty sweet. But we'll try some best of 1 with it because I don't want to play like 45-minute matches in best of 3 with it. So we'll try in best of 1. See how it does. It's probably a little worse in best of 1. Peanut. We'll see though. Opponent goes first, and we don't have double white for lockdown with this hand. What's up, Daniel? Welcome to the stream, my good friend. Welcome, welcome, Daniel. Daniel has been one of my most avid fans since I first started my channel. Always been very supportive. I think I'm gonna keep this, though. I believe that we can find a white mana. It's important that we have these surveil lands because we run a lot of urges in this list. In worst case scenario, we can, you know, we can play Kion for it. Like, it's a slow hand, but Collector's Vault. Uh-oh. I'm gonna play the plains in case we draw a white source so that we can get rid of the vault. The irony. All right. Well, we might just be about to die right away to a reanimator list. There's an Atali in the yard. Yep. That was a fun game. I told you it's a little worse than best of one. 2 coin flippy. This is definitely a best of 3 list. We'll try again, though. Hey, Charles, welcome to the stream, my friend. Welcome, welcome. Please make sure if you have not, you hit that like button on your way in. That's very, very helpful. We got Turtle EXE. Sounds like your kind of peoples, Daniel. We get to go first. This is a very good hand. Welcome, welcome to everyone who is just joining the stream. We have gotten through our spoilers and we are in the standard queue. I think we mill this. We need lands. I'm playing 26 lands in this list, and I still feel like I get mana screwed way too often, to be honest. But it could be a lot worse, so. I just need 1 land and I'm happy. Don't play Arabella. Don't play Arabella. Okay, I can kill that. Like, watch it be an Arabella list, and I immediately get punished for go for the throat. There. I knew it. I knew it. Oh my gosh. How am I getting land screwed right now? 26 lands. 26 lands. The odds of me drawing a land right now are 45%, and I'm not drawing lands. I called the land screw, too. Oh my gosh. Well, at least I can get rid of that. Slow him down. Come on, just give me any land. Any land. I don't care if it's tapped. Yeah. No, I'm not going to concede yet. Our opponent has not built an unbeatable board or anything. And, oh, Enduring Courage. Oh, come on. Come on. You know what? I just want to see how many times, this is ridiculous. There's 26 lands in this list. Oh, okay. We're just dead. He didn't even order his triggers right. We just died to someone who doesn't know how to properly order their triggers. It's not the shuffler. It's cause I kept a hand that didn't have 5 lands in it. It's my choice. I'm the one with the, I'm the cursed one. Johnny Tweaks. I'm gonna win a game with this. It's a good deck, man. I've been playing it in best of 3 and kicking butt with it. Come on, can I have a hand with 3 lands, please? Nope. Can't get colors either. Oh, look, a hand with 3 lands and colors, but we have to put half of it back. Well, I wanted to play a fun deck for you, Phineas, but apparently Magic the Gathering does not want me to play this deck for some reason. What did I mull to? 5? So we put back a Beza and a Kaya. We don't even have double white yet. Caretaker's Talent's nice. If we ever draw anything that can make tokens. We can do it. I believe in us. We're gonna win with our mull to 5. Against Orzhov Rakshasa demons. We did find a land. That's positive. It wasn't a white, so we can't play Beza, but... And I'm telling you, my land distribution in this deck is very good. Like, I am confident in my land distribution in this list. We're just getting very unfortunate. Come on, opponent. It's not difficult. If you have a land, you play it. There you go. Good job. Okay, Hinterland Sanctifier. Is this an opponent playing Rockcurse Rakshasa and Raise the Past? That's pretty hilarious, actually. Rockcurse Rakshasa does come back with Raise the Past. That's pretty funny. We're gonna die. Because we don't have the right colors. I really was hoping to get further in Mythic tonight. It's not looking like that's gonna happen. Like, all our good board wipes we can't cast right now. Okay, maybe there's a chance. Okay, now we're starting to cook with grease a little bit. Is he really gonna Rot Curse? What? That makes like no sense.
Join the fight.
Blood Witch is good. I think I have lethal though next turn if he doesn't kill Elspeth. Trying to do the math here. Am I dead somehow here? From the grave in your Fin deck? That's an interesting way to use them too. Okay, so I have 4, 5, 6, 7 creatures. So let's just take Beza out of the equation. So 7, 14, 20. It's exactly 28.
Warriors, rise!
GG, opponent. We did it. Oh, hey, you know what? That was a multi 5, and we didn't have our colors for like 7 turns. No. If it dies with a finality counter on it, it's exiled. So proliferating the finality counters would just make that happen twice. So. We did it. We overcame adversity. And they had a good start, too. The new Elspeth is really good. Come on, another one? Another one? We'll keep this one, though. Because this one we have a Surveil. And there's a land on top. There we go. Now we're cooking with grease. Firebrand, alright. Unfortunately, that's not coming in untapped either, so... Probably a turn late on the lockdown, but that's okay. If we were on the draw, I'd feel a lot worse. That's all he's doing, though. Oh, no, seriously. Oh, dragon? Okay. Oh, hey, look at that. Do we lock down? We lock down, right? Because if they play Goblin, if they play a Lord here, then we take like 6, and that's really bad. So let's do the smart thing here. Oh, that just made him scoop. So obviously that was the right play, because that just won the game, right? Apparently my line of thinking was correct, and they had a Lord in their hand, and now we made them sad, so. That makes up for the game that we didn't get to play Magic a few games ago, so awesome, there we go. Mr. Joker 03 with Delete Speak. Opponent goes first. Look at us. Look at us. We finally are doing the thing. 3 lands, all 3 colors. Double colors for the colors we need. Optimistic Scavenger. All right. Yeah, more lands. This is looking like a good temporary lockdown matchup. Emberheart Challenger, you got it. Smack me right in the face. I would like a hard board wipe for when they eventually remove our temporary lockdown with a Sheltered by Ghost, but... or a Get Lost. Curious why they didn't cast any spells last turn. Makes me worried. Probably because they're being smart. Sheltered by Ghost gets the lockdown back. Yeah. But that means if I remove the Heartfire hero, we're still dying, I think.
We fight together.
Borosaurus is a tough match. Heartfire Hero is annoying enough. Giving it lifelink and Ward 2 is freaking ridiculous. Our opponent is very good at Magic. What can I draw here? Another lockdown, I guess, is my only out. Backstreet was definitely not it. So we're just dead, yeah. Scavenger Regent would have been helpful. No, because I don't have enough lands. Oh well. Alright, well this deck is not helping us out too much in best of 1. It's definitely a best of 3 deck. So we're gonna move on to our next combo deck, which is this one. It is a Sib-Sig Ceremony list, which, you know, there's already been some lists like this, but my list I think is a little interesting, as we have Diabolic Intents to help us go find our ceremonies, or Spinner of Souls. And then we're also playing Geralf because this lets us kind of go off even if we don't have the infinite. Yeah, of course, Phineas. And I love Super Friends lists, so I mean, I might even make something that's a little more centered around Ickermoon Gauntlet, because I do really like that card. Unfortunately, we didn't get to cast it in those games, but the deck's goal is basically to get a Sib-Sig Ceremony onto the battlefield with either a Spinner of Souls or a Geralf, the Fleshlight, on the battlefield, play a whole bunch of these free spells and either drain the opponent a whole bunch with Blood Witch or give it all haste with Imidane's Recruiter or something of that sort. So it's a pretty sweet list. It's definitely not like, you know, we're not gonna like flash through Mythic or anything with it, but it's really fun and I just wanted to share it. We're all about them fun brews. That is what Magic is about. Having fun. Nick 6. Okay, we've got triple black. We've got all the pieces we need here. No. I have Sunfalls in the list. I've got Scavenger Regions for Master. There's way more mass removal on the list than just Temporary Lockdown. I was just saying the only thing I could draw that would get me out of that situation with the lands I had was Temporary Lockdown. There's 3 Sunfalls in the list and 2 Scavenger. So there's 3 Temporary Lockdowns, 3 Sunfalls, and 2 Scavenger Regions in the list. Oh, come on. Oh, I'm so sick of these freaking discard decks, man. I've played way too many of these in recent history. I'm getting real tired of them. I mean, if you want to kill it, kill it. No! Don't remove my creature. Please. God. So sick of having my hand torn apart. I'd rather lose to mono red. At least it's over quickly. One of my members, Smiley, came up with an idea that I think is going to be. It's another video I'm going to be working on here in the next couple of weeks, where I'm going to do a video looking at Standard since it's rotating soon, and going over the cards and decks that I think, like, for each category, like most frustrating or most fun or easiest to build around, kind of stuff like that. And I think mono black discard might be my most frustrating deck to play against. Unstoppable Slasher. You got it, pal. Opponent doesn't read cards. That's always fun. I love losing when my opponents don't read cards. If we ever find a Sipsic ceremony, I think we're okay, though. Opponent finds their 4th land. Liliana of the Veil.
Nobody knows Dominaria Shat. You won't be outsmarting me.
Sure. Wasn't super worried about it anyway. You gonna attack opponent? No? Okay. Thank you. I will take a free creature. Ooh, Market Backwalker, nice. Let's go after Lily so he can't just go crazy. I will take another free creature, thank you. Draw some cards. I'm gonna find a Sipsic ceremony eventually. Opponent makes their demon. Yep, very cool. I will discard my
I'm tired
land.
of your secrets.
I'm tired of your secrets, Liliana. How about that? Draw. Friendly Teddy, make a zombie. Let's go ahead and go after Liliana here. Opponent might just let this go because they don't want us to draw 2 cards. Nope, they block it. Cool. I get to draw 2 cards. I get a free creature. Thank you, thank you. We've got to do something before they get us with this demon, though. It's 8 damage a turn. I might have to block it with Spinner. That, yeah. Come on, man. Just give me a Sipsic Ceremony. I need it. We're gonna lose this game because we can't find our... Sacrifice a creature?
Haven't you ever
Sure.
had personal space?
Thank you. I want to draw some cards. Haywire Mites, very nice. Ooh, 2 Haywire Mites. Those are great. That saves us a lot of trouble. And we can make a bunch of zombies this turn. Okay, I'm feeling a little better. Yep, when it doesn't attack? Really? Why? My Spinner can't even block your demon, dude. Oh no, don't kill Geralt! Leave him alone! Ah. That's so annoying. I was really excited to use him. Alright, well, Haywire Might. Exile. Gain some life. Get a creature. Haywire Might. Exile. Get a creature. Friendly Teddy. Eat Cavern Bat, sure. There's nothing in my hand you can take that's gonna make me mad anymore. I'm gonna find a Sipsic Ceremony eventually, and then it's game over. Flasher, yep. Nowhere to run. That's annoying. I have another one though.
Sacrifices must be made.
All right, come on, deck. Ceremony. Ugh. This is so frustrating. I feel bad. This game's taking forever. I'm sorry, guys. If you haven't already, I'd appreciate anybody that is watching hitting that like button on that stream. It makes YouTube know that I'm doing a great job and gets it out there to more people. I'd greatly appreciate that. The second we draw a Sipsic Ceremony, I'm feeling great, but 3 bats, right? Well, I mean, this has been a pretty long, drawn-out game.
Drop it.
Opponent gets in, gets in, gets in. I can't block the demons. I need the Spinner and Bowls. This draws us a card. Gets us a treasure. Immodane's Recruiter. Market Back Walker. Restless Cottage. Come on! I have 3 more Civ Sig ceremonies and 3 diabolic intents. Oh, that's so obnoxious. Well, I did my best. Wait, is that lethal if he doesn't block? No. Ah. Okay, you saw the merit in the deck, though. If I ever, any of those turns drew a Civ 6 ceremony, he was toast. And again, I run 3 diabolic intents, so I had 6 Civ 6 ceremonies basically in the deck still. And I just couldn't find one. That was a very frustrating way to lose. And the sad part is we still almost won. We still almost won. Not in love with this either, but thank you to everybody who hit that like button. I appreciate that. So I saw them likes go uppity up. Always appreciate that when you guys do that for me. Thank you. You guys are the bomb diggity. Please don't demonetize me for saying that word. Leave me alone, YouTube. Gleaming barrier. Rise of the Varmints. That is an interesting idea, actually. I think I'm gonna play Geralf here. I'll have to look up what that card. It makes like what it makes like a 2/1 or a 2/2 for each creature in your graveyard. Synthesizer. Well, we got to get rid of that. Thankfully, Haywire Might is good at doing that. Opponent is keeping both on top. Okay. We need 2 more turns before we can start going ham, because I gotta play the Spinner of Souls before I play Civ 6 Ceremony. Keeps 2 on the bottom this time. Alright. If everything on our board lives, I think we win the game next turn. Battlefront. All right, well, we got to dodge him hitting Spring-loaded Saw Blade sucks, but it's not the end of the world. All right, beautiful. Let's go. There is our Imadane's recruiter, so we basically are golden now. Combo! Oh, this is fun. I think we almost have enough to win. Play one more and then we'll play recruiter. All right. We stack our triggers so that happens first. Zombie comes in. GG. That would have so the part of the reason I'm playing Geralf in this list is imagine if Geralf were still on the battlefield. I could have done this like four creatures ago. So it because the combo is very, very tedious. So Sipsig ceremony with Geralf is ridiculous. What's up, Smiley? Got your teeth kicked in. What were you playing? Come on, my subscribers can't be going places getting their teeth kicked in. With all the cool decks I give you guys, like, come on. Okay. Much as I don't want to, we've got to go get a black with this, because we got to make sure we can cast Ceremony on curve. Thank you for joining the stream, by the way, Smiley. Appreciate you being here. Go ahead and play Vengeful Blood Witch. Looks like the opponent has a shock to kill it, so it's the only reason there'd be a stick on cast. Yep. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. Orzhov Pixie's good too. Let's go get Ceremony. I don't think we're gonna win this one just because we don't have a particularly strong combo hand. Our opponent is going ham. Geralf would be a really nice draw here. I had to defend the rider, so if I get one of the creatures I need, I can always cast it and then make it indestructible. What up? I don't know if we're going burr this game. Last game we went burr. This game's a little more like pew pew. I actually have a pretty fun Oculus list I wanted to play for you guys tonight. Sultai Oculus. A good psst. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to 2 more years of mice, if I'm being honest with you. I don't know what they were thinking. Okay, our opponent's just like... Innkeeper's talenting us into oblivion. I suppose I'll block with one of my zombies here. How do we win? What do we do? What can we draw? Oh, they just have a monstrous rage. Why not? They never not have it, right? Just a casual 10 damage. Not. Diabolic intent. Well, I guess what we try to do is see what we can get to win us the game here. It has trample, so the likelihood that we can do anything about this is pretty low. Gains us some life. I should have gone ahead and cast the Blood Witch, because I have a green now from Opulent Palace. If we die, it'll be my fault. I don't really think we have much of a chance this game anyway, but... Well, that doesn't have trample, so maybe... If all he does is put counters on his stuff this turn, then... There's hope. Because I can play Vengeful Blood Witch and then defend the Rider, and then if we get the right creature off the top here, we might be able to go off. Well, this is not a hard choice. One on each. Each one gets a counter. Prepare for well, he doesn't have red right now, so... I'm actually just going to double block this one here. Down to 4. All right, come on, deck. That is not the answer. Oh, man. Yeah, unfortunately. We just didn't have enough of our combo-y stuff going on that game. If we'd had either Giralf or Spinner of Souls, I think we would have been okay, but... Because we had the combo pretty early. Joe, chill. No, you chill, Joe. Tell me to chill. Sure. I do need some Joda. You're right. I always need some Joda. Joda's my man. Listen, guys, I need you all to get on Wizards and get them. Yeah, I agree with you. At least in best of one. I don't disagree. If they want to monstrous rage this and give me a treasure, I'm cool with it. Sure. That feels really ambitious of them, but we'll see. There's a ceremony. See if they have removal for this. Anyway, yeah, I need you guys to get on Wizards and get them to give me SpongeBob. I need SpongeBob Joda, please. I need it right now. I think we just take it. All right, and I'm gonna take it a little slow here because they're not going crazy. Haywire Might's great. They're not going crazy. I've got to defend the rider to protect these if they do decide to try to kill them. I'm gonna go ahead and get in for 4 because I'm not really planning on blocking with these unless I absolutely have to. If I like, because we go off this turn with 2 Spinner of Souls, I don't see how we lose. Stock up, yep. Did they play a land just now? Or do they still have a land for turn? I'm trying to figure out how much damage they can output here. Monstrous Rage doesn't kill us, so I'm not blocking. First Lightning, yep. Ow! How rude. All right. Now Civ 6 Ceremony goes burr. Yes, please. Yes, please. Land for turn. Yes, please. Let's go ahead and get down another Teddy. Yeah, there's no way we whiff here, I don't think. There's Recruiter. Oh, sorry. I'm getting a little excited. I'm moving all my windows around here. Barrier gets us more treasures. I'd like a Giraffe. Okay, let's go full control here, because this will speed things up a little bit. This will speed up our clock a little. Oh, what am I doing? We have lethal. I'm being, no, okay, I'm sorry. I'm BMing at this point. I'm thinking he has blockers and he doesn't, so, okay. I'm sorry, I was being a bad player at that point. I try not to do more than I absolutely have to, especially with a tedious combo like this one, and I was going a little overboard there. So my bad. Don't judge me. I didn't realize how overboard I was going. Bibbit! Alright, Bibbit. I like this. I like it a lot. This is like perfect. Now it's perfect. The only way it could get more perfect is if we drew land Civ 6 Ceremony. And now I want that to die. Gleaming Barrier. At least gives us a decent blocker. And if they manage to kill it, the treasures will be nice. Oh man, Monstrous Rage is a lot of damage here. Lightning Strike, at least they can't cast. Okay, well, I know they probably have a Monstrous Rage. At least this soaks up a lot of damage, right? Still, oh god, that hurts. That's so ridiculous. That a deck can put out that much damage that quickly is so absolutely unbelievable to me. I don't think we're gonna be fast enough. If they didn't go literally Challenger Monstrous Rage that turn, I think we'd be fine, but now it has Trample, so it can still only soak up 4 damage from it. Pretty sure we're just dead. Mono Red's so dumb. Oh! Oh! They just exile it. Because they're just the best gamer ever. Alright, we'll play one more game with this and then we'll move on. The deck is not that bad against mono red. It really isn't. We just had a slow draw. Like, it was a very good draw, but it was slow. OG Kurama. I hope that's a Naruto reference. I love me some Kurama. Opponent goes first. We need a green mana, but we'll keep. Blue and Candy Trail, alright. So we have to worry about counter spells from this deck. They keep 2 on top. Probably bad for us. Get lost, sure. Fabled Passage gets us our green. Another Candy Trail, you got it. What you gonna do with that scry too? Put them on the bottom, I like it. I love it when they don't know what they're drawing. Need to get this down in case we top deck the ceremony. We'll try to put more counters on the market back walker later. Fountain Port. We need to find a Civ 6 Ceremony or a Diabolic Intent. So as much as I want the Teddy in my hand, I need to find our combo piece first. Hedron. Oh, it's an Ugin deck. I'm so confused. Why did they scoop? Why did they steal a game of Magic from us? I mean, it's a win, but it doesn't feel good. I wish we could, like, after the game, I wish we could draw cards like you can on MTGO so we could at least see what would have happened in games like that. That'd be really good for streamers. All right, let's move on to something else. So other lists I have. There was... What was the other deck I wanted to play for you guys really badly tonight? I know I want to play the Sultai list for you guys. And the Jund Dragon list. There was another one I was thinking about, and I can't remember. We'll start with Jund Dragons. Let's play some dragons. Show you the list real quick. It's Jund. Somebody said they wanted a deck with Rivaz in the Discord the other day, so I built it. And I was like, hey, this deck's actually pretty fun. So we play a bunch of Rampity Ramp and some sweet removal and a bunch of the best Jundy dragons, and we kick butt. It's awesome. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's play some Jund Dragons. Caustic Exhale is a ridiculous removal spell when you have dragons in your hand, so. Sebastar's 72 Lars. That's a mouthful. This looks good to me. Meticulous Archive for the opponent. Ramp. We ramping. We need red mana though. Oh, come on, not Omni. Did he just get the Omni in the yard? No, okay. Oof. All right. Hey, look, a Copperline Gorge. I think we just go ahead and get this down. We gotta smack him quick. We gotta get him like right now. I should have played the cottage. What am I doing with my life? Oh, there's the Omni, and I could have probably attacked with that this turn. Oh no. Oh my soul. Oh, I'm so bad. We're gonna lose. Sure. Oh, I'm so frustrated right now. I was so focused on the fact that we needed the red for Sarkin and Invasion that I got excited, and I should have played the cottage first. I would have had enough mana to attack with it this turn. Yep. We're dead. Well, let's see. Does he have the... Another Omniscience doesn't do anything. He could have 3 lands in his hand. Well, Dragonstorm draws him some cards. I'm not gonna scoop until he shows me the invasion. Stock up. Because I've had Omnidex whiff before. I had a video a few days ago where I played like a 20-minute game against Omni after they resolved on Abuelos like 3 times in the game. Still won, so I have learned not to scoop until I see their win con. Why wouldn't you just cast the Meringue River Regent and get these 2 back? That feels wasteful. No, here, I'm gonna well, so far they haven't found their win con. Drawing all these cards doesn't help them if they don't find their win con, so it's pretty unlikely they don't find it with the stock up. They've dug through a lot. Yeah, okay. You win. Stupid Omni. I'm not sure if I made, like, I don't know if I could have attacked with the cottage. Whoa, what is this? Hold on. There's a new card that just got spoiled, ladies and gentlemen. New spoiler. I'm not gonna go all the way back to the website. This is ridiculous, though, okay? It's an 8/20. I'm not gonna read anything to you yet. I want that to sink in for a minute. It's an 8/20. 8 power, 20 toughness. It's a green card. It's a mythic. It is an 8 mana turtle with vigilance and ward 3. Damage is not removed from this creature during cleanup steps. So that means that it doesn't like regain its like, so as it takes damage, it keeps the damage forever. 20 toughness. All damage that would be dealt to you and to other permanents you control is dealt to this creature instead. When this creature dies, exile it and create 10 tapped treasure to... What? Hold on. I gotta show this to you guys. Hold on. We gotta talk about this. It's not even here yet. Where is it? Hold on. How do I get to this? I don't know how this is going to show up. I don't have this set up for this. That's not working. Hold on. Let me see if it'll pull it up better here. Hold on. Oh, come on. This is so annoying. There we go. All right. Look at this. Look at this thing. Eight mana, 820. What's up, Lethal Loki? Good to put a face to the name. Ancient Adamant Toys. So this thing, you ramp into this, your opponent can't kill you. Like this soaks up 20 damage. And then when it dies, it makes 10 treasure tokens. What? This thing is nuts. This is such a sick card. This is such a sick card. I love this card. I'm going to ruin some people's lives with this card. Oh, what if there's a way to prevent damage to it? No. If you can make this indestructible, you are indestructible. This is hilarious. I love this card. Oh man, what a fun thing to smuggler surprise, right? Imagine smuggler surprising this in. And then you can play it with Beator. It satisfies 20 toughness you'd have 27 toughness just with him and Beator. Not to mention that if you do play this in the Big Butts Turtle deck, you give this thing trample. They just die. Oh, I love it. I love this card. All right, let's get back to normal game things that we were doing. Sorry, I had to interrupt, but it popped up in my untapped overlay, and I was just like, what? What is that thing? All right, live scene. Sorry, I went to the wrong thing. All right, back to Gen Dragons. Let's get somebody with Gen Dragons. The Wiv. All right, this looks reasonable. I think we're gonna have to play Cavern on human though. Just sucks. Oh, never mind. Life is good. Sarkin! You spelled Severn wrong? How dare you? How dare you? I am infuriated. We're not friends anymore. Herbrask Forge, that's annoying. About an hour, Smiley. About an hour. You still got time. All right, what are we doing here? I guess we're playing a Llanowar Elves. Getting in for 2 and then holding up Exhale. I'll play a couple of games with you, Smiley. You're the only one, right now, you're the only one cool enough to be subscribed to a tier that gets access to that, because I only do that for the second and third tier of my memberships. But I'll play a couple games with you, Smiley. I don't mind. I can showcase some of my brews against you just as well as I can on the ladder. All right. Well, I think play this on Dragon. This should be game. Hey, now, I put up a good fight last time. All out assault, huh? That is actually annoying. So he gets 2 forge triggers. But I think we just win on the backswing, so. This is kind of the same concept as the 6-mana spell with forges. Yeah, I know, it looks more like a bird, but it is a dragon. Hence the dragon hawk. Our opponent's brain broke, I guess. Okay. No blocks. We're at 5. Alright. GG, opponent. Pew pew pew! Oh, I do love me some Dragonhawk. You know, I need to put a single roaming throne in the list. Hold on. Let me do that real quick. There needs to be at least 1 roaming throne in this list, just for the funsies. I don't actually have one in here. What do I swap out? I think a Bloomvine Regent. Okay. Now I feel better. All right, let's do that again. Let's do it again. Yama. Sure. We need a black mana, but for now, we go elves. Calamity Gal. Well, I used to build Calamity and Smuggler Surprise just because it's basically an OTK. Rude. Get wrecked, noob. No lands for you. You don't get no lands. You don't get no lands. Smack him in the face. Give me a super sweet invasion, Thundermaw. Unless they have a 4-mana board wipe of some kind here, I don't see how we lose this game. Overlord of the Hotwoods, yep. If I draw a dragon, is that lethal? I'm pretty sure if I draw a dragon, I have lethal. That's not a dragon. I think I still have lethal. I think this is still lethal. Llanowar Elves provided the 1 damage we needed. Llanowar Elves beats. Exact lethal. GG. if you look back a little farther to some of my older smuggler surprise list smiley, those most of those have at least 1 or 2 copies of Calamity in them. The Gruul ones do anyway. But I haven't used Calamity in a while because most of my smuggler surprise lists lately are more based on ETBs and stuff. This looks good to me. Whirling Dragonstorm. Is it Orzhov or Esper Pixie? Lockdown. Means they have another lockdown already. Pixie, yeah. I'm gonna make them mad. Bloomvale region's fun. That cavern's nice for following turns. Dragon. I forget they have so many edicts. We might lose our throne here. Maybe I should have played Hellkite. No, because they still would have. They would have just edict the Hellkite, right? If they don't have an edict, we're in great shape. No edict, huh? All right. Heirloom. Oh, I should have played the cavern. What am I doing? Watch them be a pixie decks with counter spells. Okay. So what do we need to get rid of? Their Seachrome Coast and their Concealed Courtyard takes away the most colors for them. Take that. Now we don't attack because they could have they could absolutely have nowhere to run. And then next turn we can Invasion of Tarkir, get rid of the Pixie, and then give these, then go after the Invasion Pit Offering. So this looks like it's the temporary lockdown where they bounce their lockdown over and over again list. Alright, so let's get rid of the Pixie. No need to show them what we have in our hand. Some Procure, sure. Doesn't matter. Okay, and that should be game. There shouldn't be a whole lot they can do here. Lockdown does nothing. Oh no, it does hit the Thundermaw. Oh no. Oh, that sucks. Aw, man. It does hit the Thundermaw. I still think they're dead. This is a pretty, like... They have 2 nowhere to runs. Saves them for a turn. Can they get... Well, that helps them. Do they have another momentum breaker? Oh, come on. Come on. It's so frustrating because this is, and unless we get to attack with this, they can just bounce their nowhere to run and get rid of it. Come on. Oh my god, they're gonna frickin' stabilize it. More life. This is so frustrating. That was really greedy of them because we could have Lightning Strike in our deck. And we top deck a land. I'm not going to give up because Dragonhawk can still win us the game. Fortress puts them up to 5. And they can gain 3 with their momentum breaker, so they're basically at 8. This is so dumb. Come on. You cursed me, Smiley, by talking about people healing up after we got them down to low life totals. Why'd you have to do that, Smiley? Pow! Loki 2158. That you, Loki? That's you, shout me out. This is a pretty good hand. A lot of pain lands, but now it's a worse hand. Oh, I love, love, love getting my hand torn apart. It's my favorite thing in the whole universe, in case you couldn't tell. We're going to be dealing with Lilianas and Edicts, and we're never going to keep anything on the board ever. Well, let's start getting Liliana Edicts out of the way. Or just Shieldred's Edicts. God, I'm sick of mono black decks. Why? You just cost yourself 10 damage. Good job. What? Did I accidentally not click both dragons? Well, that's stupid. Oh, I revealed them both. It's 2 plus X. I'm so confused. No, that might be... That had to have been a misclick. I don't know why this guy keeps not attacking, costing himself free damage. I'm gonna lose to this deck.
No more distractions.
My opponent doesn't know
Don't overthink.
how to play the game. Okay, well, maybe I don't lose. It's not even greed at this point. Doesn't even make sense.
Sorry, I'm not interested in dying today.
Well, now they have a Soulstone Sanctuary. It would have been, but our opponent. I'm gonna play this and see if we can get him to block with the Sanctuary. Of course, they have a cut down. Well, in that case, I guess I'll just gain life at the end of their turn. Sad part is they're eventually gonna draw the room, and then we're gonna be sad. That's really annoying. Okay, them whiffing there on the land is huge. That gives us the breathing room we need. If they attack, they give us the invasion for free. They're finally getting in with the Raksasha. Okay. I'm guessing because they want to... I'm guessing it's because they want to put the counter on the Rivaz here. Hey, you want to see something cool? Check this out. Haha. 100% willing to trade this cottage if he wants to trade. What do we get rid of? The Raksasha. If he doesn't, he's in trouble. Yeah, there you go. Alright, somehow we're turning this around. Thanks to our opponent being very greedy. Defiant Thundermaw. That should be game. Not a lot he can draw here to get himself out of this. No, that's annoying. Let's go get a dragon. GG. All right. Well, we managed to beat the deck that tore our hand apart and took all our fun stuff. It's always fun when we grind them out. All right, let's play some Sultai. So this is a Sultai Oculus list. based around No One Left Behind, which is a fun spell because it gets our Oculus back for 2 mana, but it can get Atraxa back for 5 mana, and our Balemercs and things like that. And we're playing Beanstalks and Bargains and Naga Flesh Crafters to turn all of our Storm Chasers talent tokens and Picklock Pranksters into Oculuses. And it's super fun. So we're going to play this and see if we can't get some rank up here. So this is actually a pretty competitive brew. It's definitely spicy, but I was trying to make something a little more competitive with this one. So hopefully we have some good luck. Cobra Kyle. All right, so we got Beanstalk, Bargain, removal. I like it. This hand looks fantastic. Other than our opponent going first. It's a Seachrome Coast. All right. No One Left Behind is good. And let's get our beans countered. That's okay. Honestly, I don't even get mad when my beans gets removed anymore because sometimes the beans is too much in this deck. Oh, they're playing Oculus too, and Jin. Alright, we gotta be careful with the counters and stuff. Helping Hand gets the Jin back. Yeah. You're cool. Man, my problem is I'm not drawing lands. Mill. There's an Oculus. We'll leave it. They have an Oculus now. So I guess the question is, who's going to get there first, right? Them, they've already got a 6/4 Jin on the field, so we're... It's so ironic that we get paired up against, like, the meta version of the deck right away. My gosh. Alright. I need a land. Give me an untapped land, please. Oh, come on. Okay. Well, there's no way. We can get back our Oculus if he doesn't have a counter, but then we don't have anything else to do, so it doesn't even matter. That was unfortunate. That was a really, really good hand, but unfortunately our opponent was playing the faster version of our deck because their reanimation spell only cost 1 mana. I like this version of the deck better. It's more fun. I feel like that version of the deck is boring. Alright, this looks fine to me. Storm Chasers Talon. What's up, Duff? Mr. Duff? Mr. Chris Duff? We're playing some Sultai Oculus right now. Our opponent gonna burn our little token? Well, aren't you just a rude person, Mitwald? Have a good night, Gobbler. Thank you so much for joining the stream, man. I appreciate you. I hope you have a great night. I need lands. I run a lot of lands in this list, but unfortunately I'm milling them all right now. And we're gonna die. We have a Scavenger Regent, but we're not drawing lands, so we're just gonna die. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I guess we can at least discard the Oculus to get back later. Oh, speaking of me and mine, I almost forgot. I'll have to show you after this game. My daughter made me the cutest thing. Azorius artifact, Doorkeeper Thrall. Doorkeeper Thrall's fun. Oh my gosh, is this serious right now? This is. Do you see this crap? 3 mana, 16 damage with a 1/2. What is my life? This is the life I get to live, where I get dealt 16 damage from a 1/2. Oh my goodness. Real quick, before I, my daughter made me this in school today as a good luck charm. It's a wooden charm when she tried to draw magic cards on it. She doesn't even know what magic cards are really yet. She plays Pokemon, collects Pokemon and Lorcana cards, but she made this for me. It's supposed to be the cards she used to reference. It's hard to see, but you can see that she tried to write it out. Are Brainstorm and Court of Calling were the cards that she looked up on her tablet to try to draw. So I was like, oh, it's so cute. Back to the games. That would be pretty cool. A board wipe that lets you eat all the creatures of a certain type. That'd be hilarious. Mono red mice would just die. Just be like, no more mice for you. Yurdy Von Gertie. I like your name, buddy. After this game, Smiley, if you have some time, I'll play a couple matches against you. So just to highlight what I'm doing, since it's the last half an hour of the stream, Mr. Smiley is Sev Squad Royalty. That is my highest tier of subscription. Now, obviously, you don't have to join at that tier. My lowest tier is only $2.99 a month to become a member of the Sev Squad, but you get exclusive benefits like member shoutouts and a little bit early access to the videos, things like that. As well as some special benefits in my Discord. If you'd like to join the Sev Squad Discord, the link is in the description. It's a great place to talk to me and chat with me about stuff. And yeah, if you happen to be part of the Sev Squad Royalty, or the tier below that, so the mid-tier, you can give me your friend code and I'll play some games against you sometimes in streams. Eventually, the plan is to have, when I have enough members, where I'll have streams that are just for members where I play against you guys, and that's all I do for the whole stream. Or even, it might not be a members only stream. The stream might be available to the public, but I'll only play members. So, Jeskai control over here. Ooh, I like two Oculuses in the yard there. We need Llanowar Waste. Probably should have just bargained now while he was tapped, while he didn't have mana to counter. All right, well, after this game, Smiley, I'll hit you up with a challenge. So get ready. I just realized I have 3 bargains in my hand. That's a fun idea. That's a great idea. Alright, can we find no one left behind? There we go. Get back an Oculus. I will gladly take 2 damage. We got enough stuff in the graveyard to just hardcast the Oculus too at this point. That's a great idea though, Smiley. That would be really fun. One day, I will have enough members to do something like that, and that'll be a great day, because that will mean that I am succeeding in my job. That is the goal, to eventually be able to do this as a job, so. Wait, this is not like Jeskai control. This is interesting. I don't know what's happening. I think I'm attacking with both here and then scavenging. Or maybe not. Maybe I'm towning their board. Yeah, let's town their board. I honestly, so real talk, I want to do giveaways of just stuff, like, whether it's like, because I have a really fun idea for, I'm not, okay, I'm just not making any sense right now. I want to do giveaways of stuff. I have a few random ideas. Sign tokens, things like that would be really fun. Okay, it is Jeskai control. What the heck? I don't know how you guys would feel about it. I know that there is a lot of negative feelings about AI generated art, but I actually have some really cute pictures of my cat, like of Mr. Wrinkles here. And I made some really funny MTG art, but it was based on pictures I actually took, right? I might share one with you guys on the stream tonight just to kind of show you. Trying to figure out what the heck I do here. I think we play Oculus. But anyway, they're really cute. Let me, where's my phone? And I wanted to make sleeves and playmats with some of these artworks because they're really adorable. And those would be fun ways to give stuff away too. So I have like lots of ideas. I think my biggest struggle is I just don't know how to do it without getting in trouble with YouTube. Because there's like special rules, and I hate it because I see people just give stuff away all the time and they don't do anything crazy in their streams. But when you read the actual terms and conditions, they're pretty strict. And so I'm terrified that I'm just gonna give away something like random and normal, and I'm gonna get like my channel banned. Does this have haste? It does. That's really annoying. That was dumb. I'm not dead though. He doesn't have 2 spells to cast, so I think this is fine. We just gotta dodge him drawing a burn spell. Watch him top deck Burst Lightning. I'll cry. Okay, we're good. Thank goodness I played the Prankster. GG. All right, we got there. All right, Smiley, it's your turn. Hold on, let me find this art real quick. See what you guys think. Where is it? So it might be a little bit hard to see, but this is one of my fluffy cats, right? So this is it's a picture I took of him sitting over my my couch, right? And then I had ChatGPT make it into a dragon Tiamat art. Why is this so blurry? I don't know why it's so blurry, but like, how cute is that? It's one of my cats riding a Tiamat. And then another one I had it make. Oh, my phone's upside down. Another one I had it make was this cute one. Was Mr. Wrinkles here, my partner in crime, sleeping on. He has a cloud scratching post, and this was the art that it made for me. He had his siblings were trying to bully him off of the thing. So just to show you, so you can see that I'm not lying, this was the original artwork for that. You see him on the cloud thing, and then you can see down here they're trying to get him to get off because they want to lay up there. So I don't know. I just this was a sleeve mock-up I had of making some sleeves of Mr. Wrinkles. I don't know. I'm trying to think of ways that I can interact with you guys in that way and give stuff away and, like, you know, be able to reach out to you guys in that way. But I just have to, I wish I knew someone who's done it before, but I don't really have any contacts in the community like that. As I grow and as I get to, and as I get to going to bigger events, like I'm going to an open later in the year, and I can meet up with other content creators and stuff like that, I can get some advice from them, and that'll be really helpful. All right, Smiley, I'm challenging you, so let's see what we're gonna play against you. I'm gonna play something real janky. So I swear, I'm banning High Noon from this deck. No High Noon. It's not a Corey Steel deck, I promise. Just from this deck. You can play High Noon in the next match. But High Noon wrecks this deck. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting. It doesn't. I wish it made a sound. I hate it. It doesn't give you any way to realize that that your partner's ready to play. All right. This is bad. This is better. All right, let's see what you're cooking up, Smiley. It's still a Boros deck. Look, you made my Moogle sad already. My Moogle's already depressed. No, I'm not surprised. I'm plotting some things. Invasion of Regatha, huh? Gross. What is this? I'm scared now. I'm gonna be greedy. I'm being greedy. Nurturing Pixie. Can you bounce that? Ah, at least you can't cast. At least you can't recast the invasion, right? I'll take it. All right, here we go. Say hello to my little friends. We're gonna draw a lot of cards. Just a few cards. Oops. That was pretty sweet. That was a turn five storm scale scion. That was actually pretty cool. Alright, well that's rude. 10 out of 10. Do not approve. Well, in that case... How's that? All the tramps. It was Xaxes, nice. He said you wanted me to put up more of a fight, so I did. There you go. All right. I won't ban High Noon from the next match. Hold on. Let's see if you actually decide to play High Noon. What do I play? I'll play something super janky again. Play some more super jank. This is fun too, because I like to play a different deck against you each time. So like at the end of the stream, we get to showcase some like rapid fire brews. This is fun. I like it. And just as a quick thank you again. Thank you so much for being part of the Sub Squad royalty. I really appreciate that, man. You're awesome. We get to go first. Hired Claw. If you're playing Monstrous Rage in your deck, Generous Plunder. Hey, I like treasures. Give me all them sweet, sweet treasures. Mage Bane Lizard. Alright, I'm gonna use up all these treasures. I'm gonna use them all up. All the treasures. Giant cinder maw. Cool. I'm not trying to gain life anyway. Alright. See if I can win. Let's get our surveil on. No thank you to those. That's pretty good. Alright. That should untap all my stuff. Nice. Alright. Can you kill me this turn? That is actually a lot of damage. Oh man, Osier Talk would have been nuts. Alright, so we block here, we block here, here, here. We take 4. Hold on, don't scoop. I want to win the fun way. I don't know if I even can. Oh, we top decked it. Nice. Hold on. Beator Bloodletter combo. That turtle I talked to you guys about goes right into this deck. Oh, that was fun. All right, I got time for one more. You want to do one more? Let's do it. All right, one more. What are we playing this time? Let's have some fun. Let us have some fun. So since we're getting to the end of the stream, just to remind everybody what we're doing right now, I'm currently playing against one of my members. He's a Sev Squad royalty member, but you don't have to be. You can second tier and third tier members get this opportunity to play against me during streams. It doesn't guarantee that I'll play against you every stream, but it's a great way to support the channel. It's a really fun way to interact with me during the streams, and it's always appreciated. So thank you again very much, Smiley, for being part of the Sub Squad royalty. You are awesome. This hand looks good to me. Well, you're a member too, Charles, so thank you too for being a member. You're awesome as well. Knockboard, you're right, that's an island. That's an island. Is it Omni? Are you playing Omni? What are you playing? What is this? Big Fin Bouncer. You're doing me a heckin' confused, man. doing me a heckin' confused. Curate. I'm not gonna lie, I am lost. I have no clue what you're playing. Slime against humanity. Ooh, spicy. I like it. Slime against humanity. That's what's up. More slimes. How does that interact with slime? It doesn't change anything. All right, you ready? Well, that wasn't quite as glorious as I was hoping, but it was still pretty sweet. Slimes! Oh my gosh, you might actually still beat me. Oh no. Alright. More slimes. And terror. Nice. This is spicy. I like it. I like it, Smiley. Don't want to wipe my own board. So much slime. They're so slimy. Menace skeletons are gonna get you. GG. Hey, what's up, Jay? They are 7 right now. You're catching me right at the end of my stream, man. I was just playing one of my members, having a good time, doing some brews. That was great. Those were some really good games, and I paid you back for kicking my ass last week, so. All right, man. Well, thank you guys all so much for being here. It's been an absolutely wonderful stream. You guys are the absolute best. I appreciate all of you. You guys make this so much fun, and I'm just so grateful that I get to do this every week. I do eventually plan on doing more streams, especially with Final Fantasy coming up. I'm probably going to be doing some extra streams instead of videos, just because as we get closer to the set releasing, people's interest in standard videos goes down, 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 because everybody's just waiting for the new cards to come out. Nobody wants to craft anything until the new set comes out, so you're not really going to be seeing a lot of standard videos from me, but I'll still be doing some standard brew streams and stuff like that. And then I've got a couple of sweet video ideas lined up for you guys. Like I said, I've got a deck roulette coming that I'll be working on here in the next couple days, which is where I'm going to build a standard deck with random restrictions from the roulette wheel, and that is an absolute blast. And then I've got it's going to be great. It's really fun. I did a deck roulette already, but in the stubbornness of just wanting to be honest and authentic, I did a format wheel where it picked the format and it picked Brawl. And so people weren't super thrilled about that, but I didn't want to change it and be dishonest with myself. So this time I just did a poll. Obviously everybody chose standard because most of my subscribers are standard. So I'm just going to do standard. But it'll be where I spin the wheel with restrictions like the colors and what I can play, what I can't play, mana cost restrictions, things like that. It's pretty fun. And then I'm planning on doing a how to brew fun decks video, which I did in the past, but it's been quite a while. With Final Fantasy coming out, there's going to be a bunch of new players coming. So I thought that it'd be fun to do a fun and silly how to brew a deck video, so keep your eyes out for that, and then lots more extra bonus streams before the set comes out. Jay, they've already picked you guys for your early access and stuff, right? Like that's already done, I imagine. I emailed them. I was actually annoying this time. I emailed them 3 times trying to get into that early access, but no luck. No one responded to me. And I emailed both emails. So maybe we'll get lucky, and next time for Edge of Eternities we'll get that sweet early access, and then we'll be able to brew with everybody else. So, but thank you guys so much. Just another quick reminder: if you want to support the channel, you can always become a member of the Sev Squad. You get cool benefits like being Mr. Smiley getting to play me on stream, things like that, as well as benefits in the Discord. Super awesome way to support the channel, but your subscription, your like, and your time is more than enough and is appreciated more than you know. So thank you very much for that. And with that, yeah, if there's anything, I appreciate it, man. That would mean the world to me. Just because it's the worst feeling getting to watch everybody else get to do all the fun brews, and I'm just like, I have so many ideas, but I can't share them with people. I just want to share. My fun ideas. But yeah, no, I like I said, I know I'll get there eventually. So, the cards I think that are going to impact standard the most. I wish I could say I had a lot of faith in this set. But Sephiroth, I think the Sephiroth will see play. I think Joshua, the Boros 3/4 that discards and draws, will see play. I think that some of the towns, the adventure towns, will see play. Unfortunately, Dustin, I'm right at the end of my stream, so I'm very sorry. But if you go back to the beginning of the stream after the VOD goes up, I went over all the spoilers from this week and gave my thoughts. And somebody asked that question earlier in the stream too. So if you're interested, you can always go back and check that out. The first 45 minutes of the stream, I was just talking spoilers. So But yeah, I think honestly, I think Final Fantasy is going to be a really fun set, but I don't think it's going to have a major impact on standard until rotation. Once we have rotation and we some of the aggressive decks are forced to change things up a little bit. Lightning, I do like Lightning a lot. I do think we're going to get some kind of equipment deck out of this set. There's some really sweet equipment cards in this set. And I do think we got some really amazing... Oh, Jay, they just spoiled the sick turtle. You got to go look for the turtle. It's an 820. And it tanks all the damage you take. And then when it dies, you get 10 treasures. It's ridiculous. So if you haven't seen that yet, you got to check that out, Jay. It's just absolutely bonkers card. Like, I can't imagine like how much fun I'm going to have with that card. Thank you, Charles. Appreciate that, man. I will catch you guys, though, in the next one. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been a pleasure.